And as we look at lockdowns and new restrictions right across Australia, the rest of the world seems to be opening up, even the UK. It looks like restrictions will lift on the 19th of July. This is a really important point. The number of cases in the UK is rising quickly. It is the Delta variant, but the success of their vaccine program there in the UK means the number of people in hospital with the virus is still very low.
First visit to a hospital on the job.
Absolutely.
Second day in post as Health Secretary Sajid Javid with his sleeves rolled up and trying to get NHS staff on side.
I want them to know that they're going to have my full support, and I'll do whatever it takes to make sure they get everything that they need during this time.
Lovely.
But the first huge decision is when to unlock. The new Health Secretary more bullish than the last.
I want to see the restrictions lifted and life going back to normal as quickly as possible, and that's right here and now. That is my absolute priority.
The PM out campaigning in Batley and Spen, confirming he won't lift restrictions next week, but still hopes to make that irreversible step on July the 19th.
With every day that goes by, it's clearer to me and to all our advisors, all our scientific advisors, that we're very likely to be in a position on July the 19th to say that that really is the terminus.
But in need of that hard hat too over his handling of the Hancock affair. The PM performing a U-turn today, suggesting he'd help push his Health Secretary out.
I read the story on Friday, and we've got a new Health Secretary in post on Saturday, and I think that's about the right pace to proceed in a pandemic.
The PM said on Friday that he was backing Mr Hancock, that he'd accepted his apology, that he'd considered the matter closed. Only on Monday to suggest that he'd wanted him gone all along is a reflection of how toxic this affair has become, not just for Mr Hancock, but for Mr Johnson too, with MPs, ministers and members of the public furious that Mr Hancock wasn't sacked immediately. But the team in Downing Street will be hoping that the arrival of Sajid Javid as the new Health Secretary, coupled with those plans to lift restrictions on July the 19th, will finally put this matter to bed. Mr Javid in the Commons signalling the end really is in sight.
We see no reason to go beyond the 19th of July. Because, in truth, no date we choose comes with zero risk for COVID.
A word to the wise, Mr Deputy Speaker. I responded to a lot of these statements these last 15 months, but I hope his confidence today about July 19th does not prove somewhat premature.
Mr Javid's first decision, the easy one. Much harder will be winning the funds to tackle the 5 million NHS waiting list and overhaul social care. This former Chancellor will have his work cut out when it comes to public health.